Hi all, my name is Anjani Srivastav and welcome to the channel. So from these videos we will be learning about the control statements in C and C++ programming. So control statements are what? Control statements means, so let us write the heading, control statements. So from the term you can see that we are having the control of the statements. So let us suppose one thing. See, in C programming or C++ programming, there is a sequence of instructions to be executed. Like first of all it will execute the first line, then it will execute the second line, and so on. So there may be a situation where we want to execute some statement several times. Like suppose if we have some data and we want to print that data multiple times, so what should you do? You could write, suppose you have to print 10 lines, one thing 10 times. So what you can do, you can write that statements in the printf 10 times in your program. So but it is not a good practice. So suppose you have 10 million, or let us suppose you have 1000 number of lines. So what you have to do, you have to write 1000 lines, so that will be very much hectic. So we should have the control over some statements. So in C programming we should control the flow of the program. I think you can pretty much understand, like we can control the flow of the program, how program is being executed. So we have to get the control over it. So there are mainly four types of control statements. Like first one will be the if else, second one will be the go to, third one will be the switch, and the fourth one will be the loops. So from now onwards, the main agenda, where the main logic of any of the program happens, we can say in broader terms. But all the previous videos which I have discussed is equally most important. But from here onwards, your basic logical thinking will develop. The more you can write the program, and in the following videos we will be doing some practical stuffs also, like we will do coding live. So I hope it is very much clear. So there are four types of control statements. So let us understand it one by one. So the first one will be the if else. First one will be the if and then else. So from the naming convention, if means, you can know in Hindi, if means अगर यह है तो ये, नहीं तो वो. Simple meaning is that if and else. Else means apart from if. Simply we can say that that will not be in if, that part will come into the else. I hope it is very much clear. So for syntax, you can simply write if followed by some condition in the bracket. There will be the if keyword, and then we have to write the condition in the smaller parenthesis, and then we have some statements here. We will learn it via example also, but let us first understand it via the syntax also. We have the if keyword here, if is the keyword, and in the small parenthesis we have the condition. See, one more important thing is like in the statements we have to end it with semicolon, but the line that ends with if must not have semicolon. If you have semicolon here, that means there is an error. And also you can think logically here is like, if this condition is true, then you are instructing the compiler to go into these statements line, not terminating here. See, semicolon means we are terminating something. See, semicolon means what? We are terminating something, but we must not have to terminate. We are instructing the compiler to go to the next line. We must not terminate here. So please remember it very carefully. So this is the if statement. And similarly, we can write if this condition will be true, then it will execute this statement. Else, if this condition is false, this condition will be false, then it will execute the else column. We have also in else we have some statements also. Simple. So I hope it is pretty much clear to each and everyone. Okay, so let us understand it using a very small program. Simply we have to check whether a number is odd or even. Simple. This is very much simple program. So this is our very first program, so we should pay more attention to it. So you know that the first line will be the hash include stdio.h, and then we should write int main, and then the last statement will be the return 0, and then it will end. Simple. So let us understand it very carefully. Odd or even. Simple. Odd means that number which is not divisible by 2, and even means that number is divisible by 2. That will be the even number. So divisible means what? Suppose we have 9. If we can check for 9, so if we divide 2 with 9, then 2, 4, 8, and then remainder will be 1. So it is not completely divisible. But in case we can take 6 here, if we divide 2, 3, 6, it is divisible. So we have to focus on what? This remainder part. If remainder is 0, you can see here, if remainder is 0, then it means it is divisible. And apart from 0, it may be 1. It is 1 obviously, because if any number is divisible by 2, then remainder is only either 0 or 1. You can see that. So if the remainder, so the logic will be like what? If the remainder will be 0, then it is even. If the remainder will be 1, then it will odd. Simple. Let us write quickly here. So you can see here, if remainder is 0, that means even. If remainder is 1, then it means odd. Just you have to write here simple in the form of code. So what we have to check? We have a number. So how we can get the number? Either we can assign it on our own, else we can take it from the user. So we can take it from the user. So we will declare one variable int n, that will be stands for number, int n, and then we will be entering, so cn and then n. I am mixing this C and C++ syntax both. I have already told you in the previous videos, like I will be mixing these syntaxes, so don't confuse. So for cin, I have to write here IOStream. I have already told you. If you have not watched that video, I urge you to please watch the video, watch the previous videos also. So int n, and then we will be taking the value n. We have taken the value, and then we can write the logic. If agar n is divisible by 2, means how we can get the remainder? We have to check only remainder. So please remember, we have learned the modulo operator, that is for remainder. So if n modulo 2, if n is divisible by 2, that means this result will be either 0 or 1. So if is equal to 0. So you can see here, this is the condition. If this is true, then we have to write even. So then we can printf, cout else then Cout odd. Simple is that, as simple as that. And remember one thing, like if we have in the previous slide, you can see here we have if we have some curly braces also. Please remember, if you have multiple statements in the if, then you can use the curly braces or not, it is up to you. So sorry, in if you have only one sentence in the if block, then you can either use the curly braces or not, it is up to you. But if you have more than one sentence in the if block, so you must have to use this curly braces. So here we have only one sentence, that's why I have not used for the sake of space here. So I hope it is very much clear to each and everyone. So you can write this program in your editor, code editor, and then you can run it. And then I am giving you one question, like, so that will be your task for doing that. Check if a number is negative or not. So yes, these are the two questions that you have to attempt, and then you can check like how is your progress here. Like I am giving you some hint, and you can listen this hint once you have completed these two tasks. So you can pause this video. So yes, in the first question we have to check if a number is positive or negative. So how you can check it if a number is positive or negative? Like we have 2 and we have -2. So you can check, like if it is greater than 0, then it will positive. If it will be less than 0, then it will be negative. Then the condition will be if n is greater than 0, then positive, else negative. Or you can write here like if so if a number is less than 0, then it will be negative. So you can write here like this, if n is less than 0, then it will be odd, else it will be even. So I hope it is very much clear. And then the second question, we have two numbers, so there will be n1 and there will be n2. So if n1 is greater than n2, then we can write here like n1 is greater or first number is greater, you can print any statement, else second number is greater. So I hope it is very much clear to each and everyone. So I am wrapping up this video. So in this video you have learnt about if else statements. So thank you so much guys for watching, and if you have not watched my previous videos, so please watch that video so that you have a better understanding. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.